Tensions in the Strait of Hormuz have escalated sharply following two reported attacks on commercial vessels, intensifying fears of a broader maritime crisis that could disrupt global energy supplies and further strain already fragile geopolitical dynamics in the region. The narrow but strategically vital waterway through which a significant portion of the world's oil shipments pass has once again become the focal point of confrontation involving Iran, the United States, and regional stakeholders. The latest incidents underscore how quickly the situation can deteriorate despite ongoing calls for restraint and diplomacy. According to maritime security reports, two separate attacks occurred within hours of each other. One involved an outbound commercial vessel traveling near Iranian waters, while another saw a container ship come under direct fire northeast of Oman. The second vessel reportedly sustained severe structural damage, particularly to its bridge, raising serious concerns about crew safety and navigational control in one of the busiest shipping corridors in the world. A journalist reporting from Kuwait City described the situation as increasingly volatile, noting that commercial shipping operators are facing unprecedented uncertainty. Well, the Strait is now under a very tense situation, as it's been since the beginning of this war. The remarks highlight the deteriorating security environment, where the rules of engagement appear increasingly unclear. Shipping companies already operating under heightened risk conditions now face the added challenge of navigating a zone where multiple military actors are asserting control. The same report emphasized confusion among civilian maritime operators. Commercial vessels don't know, who to who or what now to talk to. This lack of clarity reflects a broader breakdown in communication and coordination mechanisms that typically govern safe passage through international waterways. With both Iranian and American forces reportedly active in the region, merchant vessels are effectively caught in a geopolitical crossfire, unsure of which authority to follow or how to respond to escalating threats. In one of the attacks, a vessel located approximately 8 nautical miles west of Iran reported being fired upon. Fortunately, initial assessments indicate that all crew members were accounted for and safe. However, the psychological and operational impact of such incidents cannot be understated. Even when physical damage is limited, the risk perception among shipping firms increases dramatically, often leading to rerouted shipments, higher insurance premiums, and delays in global supply chains. The second incident appears more severe. A container ship believed to be the Miss Francesca, a Panama-flagged vessel, was reportedly targeted about 15 nautical miles northeast of Oman. The ship had departed from a Saudi port and was en route to Singapore when it came under fire. The attack resulted in heavy damage to the vessel's bridge, a critical area responsible for navigation and command functions. Iranian state-affiliated media offered a justification for the attack, claiming that maritime law was being enforced and that the vessel had ignored prior warnings. This assertion introduces a contentious legal dimension to the crisis, as international maritime law generally protects freedom of navigation, especially in choke points like the Strait of Hormuz. The broader implication of such claims is deeply troubling for Gulf nations and the international community. Efforts by Iran to impose new rules or control mechanisms over the Strait are widely viewed as unacceptable by neighboring countries, many of whom depend heavily on uninterrupted maritime trade. The journalist further explained the regional reaction. We heard to talk about the Iranians planning a new mechanism or regime in the Strait of Hormuz. That's something that's completely unacceptable here for Gulf countries. This sentiment reflects a unified stance among Gulf Cooperation Council states, which have consistently advocated for the preservation of international norms governing maritime navigation. Any unilateral attempt to alter these norms risks triggering a wider regional conflict. At the same time, the role of the United States in the crisis has added another layer of complexity. Reports suggest that American naval forces are also actively involved in controlling or restricting passage through the strait, contributing to an already tense standoff. This dual presence, both Iranian and American, has effectively militarized the waterway, leaving little room for neutral commercial activity. This situation raises serious concerns about the potential for miscalculation, where even a minor incident could escalate into a larger confrontation. Despite the rising tensions, there remains a strong push for de-escalation across the region. Gulf countries in particular have been vocal in calling for restraint and dialogue. Their economies are closely tied to the stability of energy exports, making any disruption to shipping routes a direct threat to their financial and political stability. The report underscored this urgency. Gulf countries have continuously called for de-escalation. They want to see both sides step off that escalation ladder. This call for calm is echoed by international observers who warn that prolonged instability in the Strait of Hormuz could have far-reaching consequences. A significant percentage of the world's oil supply passes through this narrow channel, and any sustained disruption could lead to spikes in global energy prices, inflationary pressures, and broader economic instability. The importance of the strait cannot be overstated. It serves as a critical artery for global trade, linking major oil producers in the Gulf to markets in Asia, Europe, and beyond. Any threat to its security is, by extension, a threat to the global economy. The journalist highlighted Iran's demonstrated ability to influence the region. Iran has proven that it can impose its will on the Strait of Hormuz. This statement underscores the strategic leverage Iran holds due to its geographic position. Control or even partial disruption of the strait provides Tehran with a powerful tool in its broader geopolitical strategy, particularly in times of conflict or negotiation. However, this leverage comes at a cost. Increased militarization and aggressive actions risk isolating Iran further on the international stage and could invite stronger responses from global powers. Amid these tensions, diplomatic efforts are quietly underway. Notably, there has been mention of mediation attempts involving Pakistan, which is seeking to bring both Iran and the United States back to the negotiating table. While details remain limited, such initiatives represent a critical avenue for de-escalation. The appetite for renewed conflict appears limited across the region. War fatigue, economic pressures, and the unpredictable consequences of escalation have created a strong incentive for all parties to seek a diplomatic solution. As the report concluded, there's no appetite for a return of hostilities. People want to see a sustained ceasefire. Stay both sides stepping off the escalation ladder and coming back to the negotiating table. This sentiment captures the prevailing mood not just in the Gulf but globally. While tensions remain high and the risk of further incidents cannot be ruled out, there is a clear and urgent desire for stability. The coming days will be critical in determining the trajectory of this, whether through diplomatic engagement, confidence-building measures, or international pressure. The path forward will require careful navigation, both literally and figuratively. For now, the Strait of Hormuz remains on edge, a vital lifeline under threat, and a stark reminder of how interconnected and fragile the modern world truly is.